Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's podcast of the WWE. Today's podcast, we're going to be looking at pay-per-views of 2018 so far, not including the NXT ones. I haven't really watched much NXT pay-per-views this year. I think I've only watched like 2 or 3 out of the whole year, so I can't really add those. And I only remember the one in Brooklyn, so Brooklyn 4. But yes, the pay-per-views of 2018. So far, a really good year, actually. We've only had, really a couple bad pay-per-views. But let's get into them. Royal Rumble 2018. Really, really good. I liked this. It had a really good opening. It had a pretty good Royal Rumble and a great women's Royal Rumble at that. I'm trying to remember and it had an okay Universal title match. I think the thing about this pay-per-view is that it was filled with shockers. That's what I liked about this pay-per-view, though, is that it was filled with shockers. I think it actually kicked off the night with the WWE Championship match. If I'm correct, yeah, the 2-on-1 handicap match. And I was kind of confused. I was like, why are they kicking it off with that? But it was a great night to kick off the show because it was actually a really good match. I liked this pay-per-view. I think if I'm correct, I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. Next, we have a very, very miserable Elimination Chamber. The thing about this chamber match between the women's and men's is that I think the build-up and the setups were good, but when you really looked at it, they weren't. The women's one was half of the Riot Squad: Bayley, Alexa, and Sasha. Oh, all of the Riot Squad, and then those ladies. And then in the main event one, we had Miz, Seth, Cena, Roman, Braun, Finn, and Elias. Now, here are men that they should have added: Braun, Roman, Seth, Miz, Finn, Kevin Owens, and Sami Zayn. Well, actually, no, not true. They weren't on Raw at the time. That's true. Okay, well then how about instead of Elias and Cena, you put in Dean Ambrose, because I think Dean Ambrose was actually good at this time. No, he wasn't actually. I don't know who I would put in then. Definitely not Cena at all. I'd rather put Baron Corbin in for John Cena. And then maybe just leave Elias, because Elias actually is pretty good. But the thing that annoyed me is that Braun eliminated everyone. And we're thinking, oh my god, it's going to be Braun versus Brock again. Come on. And then Roman ended up winning. A lot of people didn't like this. But when you think about it, Braun and Brock have really been fighting since, September at this point of 2017 at No Mercy, then at the Royal Rumble. So I don't think we need to see another match between them two. Brock and Roman only really faced off one time during this period of time. I know no one wanted to see that as a main event again, but it built up to a fantastic rivalry. This was Brock's best rivalry as Universal Champion. The matches were okay, though, on this pay-per-view. I didn't like the chamber match, though, I don't think. This was a very, very... It had the entertainment, but it got sloppish at some points. Same with the women's one, too. I'll give this pay-per-view a 7 out of 10. Then we have Fastlane, a great pay-per-view. I give this pay-per-view, I think, a 9 out of 10. This pay-per-view had so much action. First off, we had, I believe it was... Ruby Riott versus Charlotte for the women's title. Great match. And then the New Day faced off against the Usos. And I forget half this stuff. And then Randy Orton versus Bobby Roode for the United States title. Great match. And then the 6-pack challenge for the WWE Championship between Cena, Dolph, Corbin, AJ, Kevin, and Sammy. That was a great match. I loved every second of this pay-per-view. Nilsson, I have a friend of mine, his name's Olsen, who agreed with me all the way for what this pay-per-view was fantastic. A lot of people are saying that SummerSlam beat this pay-per-view for the year. I still think it did, but by a landslide. Then we have the very, very disappointing WrestleMania. Honestly, kicked off with a really, really great opening triple threat match. But then it just kind of... And then we had, afterwards we had a great... an okay tag team match, I think. An okay tag titles match. And then a fantastic match between Charlotte and Asuka. And then it kind of just dragged down a bit. Ronda and Kurt versus Stephanie and Triple H was pretty good, though. But afterwards, it just dragged down. Like, it just was horrible. What was the point of Undertaker versus John Cena? It was only like 2 minutes. Everyone was happy because Cena got buried. I wanted to see a classic between these two. That could have saved the pay-per-view. It did not, though, sadly. That's what really disappoints me with this pay-per-view. I give it like a 4 out of 10. It was really, really just a horrible WrestleMania this year. And it was built to be like one of the best. Hopefully that next year, this WrestleMania is not going to be like that. Then we have Backlash. Another horrible pay-per-view. This was like a 3 or another 4 out of 10. Matches, again, just dragging along. Big Cass and Daniel Bryan. No point. There was no point towards it. I think we have the Bludgeon Brothers versus the Usos for the tag titles. That match, I actually forget. I think Milking Backer was okay. Seth Rollins versus Daniel Bryan. The Miz. What a match that was. That was the only good match out of the whole night. 4.2 for that match, though. Then we had the, Braun Strowman and Bobby Lashley versus Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. What was the point of that? That was so pointless. There was no meaning to it. It was just being treated like a joke, in my opinion. We had a great match between Nakamura and AJ, and then Roman and Samoa Joe. It was an okay match. 2.5, but this pay-per-view was just not good. And then Braun Strowman, of course, this is where he won his Money in the Bank contract at Money in the Bank 2018. I'm trying to really think of what to give this pay-per-view. I think I gave it like an 8. Ronda Rousey versus Nia Jax was really good. It's better than I thought it was going to be. 3.5. A fucking amazing match between AJ and Shinsuke. What a performance as a last man standing match. And a really good women's Money in the Bank ladder match, along with a great men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Really, that's all I gotta say. Just a solid, decent pay-per-view. Nothing really much to be said. 8 out of 10. This one I'm going to go on a rant on about a lot. Because this was the worst pay-per-view since King of the Ring 1995, I think. Probably the worst pay-per-view in WWE history is this pay-per-view, Extreme Rules 2018. I don't even think half the matches got more than 3. Like half of them were 2 stars or 3s or 2.5s. There was 2 4-star matches, which I'll get to those later, but the tag titles match, both of them were really not the best. And what was the point of having Team Hell No come back for this one time? This is where I think we could have had Daniel Bryan versus The Miz. The Miz could have won here, and then we had them at WrestleMania. Because honestly, if this match was at the pay-per-view, I don't think it would be a bad thing. Because that actually helped the pay-per-view. The pay-per-view would probably get a 5. Actually, no. This pay-per-view, looking back though, it wasn't the worst pay-per-view actually since King of the Ring 1990. I give it like a 5.5 out of 10, I think. Because I looked back and some of the matches were actually okay. Roman versus Bobby was actually okay. I liked it a little bit. The WWE title match between Rusev and AJ was fantastic, 4 stars, and the Iron Man match was great. Just the crowd were a bunch of assholes cheering Chris Benoit for no fucking reason. What was even the point of that? 5.5. And then, obviously, the newest pay-per-view of 2018, SummerSlam. Wow. I gotta say, this was one of the greatest pay-per-views of all time I've ever watched. Like, this beats SummerSlam 2002. And I give SummerSlam 2002 a 10. And this gets a 9 out of 10. And I think this beat it. Now, the reason why is because I think they had more matches in this pay-per-view, and the majority of them were more great. Like, I enjoyed this SummerSlam way more than I would ever enjoy 2002, in my opinion. Let's just start off with, I think it was the IC title match. This wiped out Ray and Kurt for so many ways. 4.5. This match was amazing between Seth and Dolph. It had so much action, so much high-flying moments, and it was just phenomenal. We had a great, fantastic WWE title match between Samoa Joe and AJ Styles, a 5. We had a freaking epic triple threat women's title match. We also had a couple good squashes in there that actually made the pay-per-view classic moments. The Demon King returned. And Roman Reigns finally won a main event title within over 2 years, yeah. Great pay-per-view, though. 9 out of 10. That is going to be it, though, for this podcast. It was a very short one, I'd say, but I kind of like that I did it. I did one with Nilsson, but I think we were only at here or here. No, we were definitely at Extreme Rules. But yeah, I'm definitely going to do more of these podcasts. I'm going to do, like, possibly once Super Showdown, Hell in a Cell, Survivor Series, all the upcoming pay-per-views that will be coming up. I'll do a podcast on that. I love doing these podcasts for you guys. They're really entertaining, I think. I think they're quick little mini thoughts of ideas that could get out. You guys listen to it. You guys comment your own opinions. I love it. I really do hope you guys enjoyed this video podcast. If you guys did, let me know inside the comments below what type of podcast should I do for WWE. I'll see you guys later. Peace.